I just wanted to chill and survive my 4 years of college in peace. But instead, I got targeted by 4 crazy yanderes. My smooth-talking sister always manages to trick me into her room. And, right when you try to bounce, the sweet landlady has already welded the door shut. You try to scream for help, but the hot girl from class slaps her hand over your mouth. Then you see the icy campus queen walking towards you with a rope. Ha 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 ha, you little brat. There's no escaping me. Shu Li, we can't do this. If mom finds out, we're so dead. You don't want us getting kicked out of the house, do you? Looking at the pink hair dye in her hands. As Shu Li inches closer and closer, you freak out and literally dive behind the couch. Shu Li, don't try anything crazy. I'm your actual brother. If you put that crap in my hair, I'll literally die. Shu Li looks at the dye in her hand and says, why are you stressing so hard? It's not like it's poison. Bro, you just have 0 drip. How are you ever gonna get a girlfriend looking like that? I'm just looking out for you. Be a good boy, and bring your head over here. I promise I won't mess it up. Just stop terrorizing me, okay? We have to register at Jiangchang University tomorrow. Have you even packed your stuff yet? Let me make this clear right now. I am absolutely not helping you pack tomorrow. So don't even think about it. You say helplessly. When it comes to your sister, you know her better than anyone. From elementary school all the way through high school, Shu Li has always been at the top of her class. A girl who seems so absolutely perfect to everyone else is literally a demon in your eyes. Pff, fine, I'll pack my own stuff. Saying that, Shu Li puts down the hair dye and heads toward her bedroom. Watching Shu Li walk away, you can't help but smile. Pure, genuine happiness. Because you're finally going to be free from your sister. What are you smiling at? Shu Li, with her hand already on the doorknob, suddenly turns her head around. When she catches that smile on your face, Shu Li's eyes instantly fill with disgust. Your smile freezes instantly. You awkwardly twit the corner of your mouth and stammer, and nothing, I'm not smiling. Just thinking about going to Jiangcheng tomorrow. Got a bit hype. Oh really? I thought you were just super excited about getting to rent a place outside with me. Guess you aren't a terminal siscon after all. Shu Li's lips curl up slightly, giving you a half smile. Hearing the word sis-con, you get triggered instantly and yell back, a sis-con for you. All you ever do is make me take the blame for your mess. What else are you even good for? Look at everyone else's sisters. And then, look at you. You're literally a final boss villain. Your full auto-roasting session makes Shu Li's smug half-smile freeze for a second. But soon enough, a sly glint flashes in her expressive eyes. She fake pouts, clutching her chest. Bro, I didn't know you hated me that much. I'm sorry, I honestly thought living with my big brother would be so amazing. Guess I'm just a burden to you. Glad you know. You're thrown way off guard by Shu Li's acting, and have no idea how to react for a second. But the thought of finally putting her in her place immediately brings back your swagger. You cross your arms, tilt your chin up, just about to keep ripping into Shu Li, when suddenly, you feel this massive aura of pressure behind you. You instinctively turn around, only to realize Dad had somehow spawned right behind you, glaring at you with 0 chill. All the color drains from your face. Your straight back instantly slumps. All that swagger you just had vanishes into thin air. Heh, Dad, when did you get here? I was just messing with her. Ow. Oh, Dad, let go. My ear's gonna fall off. You try to cap, but he's already yanking your ear. Is that how you talk to your sister, you little punk? All you do is bully her, Dad says furiously. You grimace in pain, struggling and begging, Dad, I'm sorry, okay? Please, let go. Seeing you take an L makes Shu Li secretly hype, but on the surface, she plays the role of the perfect, understanding, angel daughter. She jogs over to Dad and gently tugs his shirt sleeve. Dad, don't blame him. I know he just thinks I'm annoying and doesn't want to live with me. Bro's grown up now, after all. He should have his own life. Shu Li says, letting out a soft fake sob. Hearing Shu Li's words, Dad's frown deepens. He glares at you strictly and says, Shu Ning, look how mature your sister is. Why can't you be a little more considerate of her feelings? Looking completely wronged, you try to defend yourself, but Shu Li beats you to it. Dad, I know he actually cares about me. He just gets mad at me sometimes and says harsh things. Seeing the situation going south, you quickly interrupt Shu Li's performance. No, Dad, hold up. Since when are we moving out to rent a place? We're in college now. Living in the dorms is the true college experience. Besides, why waste money on rent? Dad lets go of your ear and looks over at Shu Li. Shu Ning, this is your sister's first time leaving home. I'm worried about her. It's dangerous for a girl to be out there all alone. What if she gets scammed by someone? You massive simp for your daughter. With the way she is, we should be thanking God she isn't the one out there scamming people. Who would even dare try to trick her? Of course, you only dare to roast him in your head. If you actually said that out loud, you'd definitely be catching his slippers with your face. Dad, we're both legal adults now. And college students. How are we gonna get scammed? You're literally just helicopter parenting. You say, helplessly. Dad shoots you a glare, then looks back at Shu Li with pure loving affection. What do you know? Your sister is innocent and sweet. There are tons of bad guys out there. Obviously, I'm gonna worry. Saying that, Dad pulls Shu Li closer. Shu Li, sweet, you absolutely have to be careful out there on your own. If anyone bullies you, tell Dad right away. Even if I have to drive all the way to Jiangcheng, I'll make them pay. Shu Li nods obediently, holding back a laugh. I know, Dad. Don't worry about me. Standing there watching your dad act like a total simp, you can't help but roll your eyes. You mutter under your breath. Innocent and sweet, my ass. You clearly haven't seen the way she tortures me at home. Dad accidentally catches that. Dad instantly hardens his face again. Still running your mouth, as her older brother. You need to be more accommodating to her. Stop making her mad all the time. Dad, could you possibly play favorites any harder, eh? We're literally twins. Born on the exact same day. Why don't you ever worry about me this much? What if some bad women kidnap me? You say with a bitter laugh. Weren't you the one who insisted on being the older brother? I don't know. Who was the one crying and screaming that he was the older brother when you were kids? Right, I dug this hole myself. Guess I'll just die in IT. The next morning. Bro, wake up. We're gonna miss the train. Shu Li's voice pierces right through your bedroom door and drills into your ears. You furrow your brows, instinctively pulling the covers over your head. Seeing absolutely no signs of life from inside, Shu Li shoves the door open, walking right into your bedroom. Shu Li spots the lump of blankets piled up on your bed. A sly glint flashes in her eyes. Without a word, she lunges forward and leaps right onto your bed, bouncing on top of you a few times. Bro, wake up. If you don't get up, your cute sister is leaving without you. You're startled by this sudden sneak attack and shoot straight up in bed, clutching your stomach in pain, your eyes full of rage. Are you trying to wake me up, or literally send me to the afterlife? Seeing you in agony, Shu Li gets this smug look on her face. She sits directly on top of you, through the blanket. Oh my bro, with you in this position, don't tell me you're getting some weird ideas about your adorable little sister. Hearing Shu Li teasing you, your face darkens. You grind your teeth and snap. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some ideas. Right now, my idea is to yeet you out the 15th floor window. Hearing your threat, Shu Li isn't scared at all. Instead, she cracks up laughing, slapping your shoulder as she laughs. Oh please. Bro, you're hilarious. With your weak little noodle arms. You think you can throw me off the 15th floor? Try getting me off your bed first. You look at your sister acting totally unhinged, and let out a helpless sigh. The anger in your chest fading a bit. After all, bickering and wrestling with this menace of a sister has just become your daily routine. Alright, get out already. I need to get up. You say, annoyed. Oops, almost forgot I came here to wake you up. You. Hurry up and get ready, bro. Dad has a meeting today, so he can't drop me off. I already called an Uber. It's waiting downstairs. Shu Li yumps off the bed, skipping toward the door, and doesn't forget to look back and pull a face at you before leaving. 2.5 minutes later, you walk out of your room dragging your suitcase. The second you step into the living room, your eyes lock onto Shu Li. She's just chilling on the couch, wearing nothing but a tiny aesthetic little backpack, in stark contrast to your own overstuffed, clunky-looking suitcase. Shu Li, where's your stuff? Seeing her look so laid back instantly gives you a headache. My stuff, I already packed it all. Brought a few changes of clothes. Summer clothes, obviously. We're coming back for National Day to switch out our wardrobes anyway. Saying that, Shu Li stands up and swings her mini backpack to the front, hugging it to her chest, her eyes sparkling. Are you sure? That tiny bag of yours probably can't even fit all your makeup. Looking super sus, you scan her mini backpack up and down, but Shu Li just smirks, flashing a mysterious smile. Bro, stop prying into girl stuff. You'll figure it out when we get to Jiangcheng. Anyway, let's go, or we'll actually miss the train. The two of you rush downstairs and hop into the waiting car. Along the way, you keep shooting side eyes at Shu Li's suspiciously flat little backpack, muttering in your head, you seriously can't figure out what kind of game your sister is playing. Shu Li completely ignores your staring, humming a happy little tune the whole ride, watching the city streets zip by out the window. Bro, this is like our first time leaving home together, right? And we're gonna be out there for 4 years. Just thinking about it makes me hype. After a 2.5-hour drive, you finally pull up to the train station. The second you step out, you're absolutely stunned by the massive crowd. Why are there so many people? When I took the train before, I don't remember it ever being this packed. Probably because a ton of colleges are starting their semesters today, so obviously it's gonna be crowded. Alright bro, let's head in, before we miss our train. Saying that, Shu Li grabs your hand and drags you into the station, being yanked by your sister, while lugging a heavy suitcase. You stumble along looking like a total mess. I'm not gonna get lost. I can walk by myself. You complain while speeding up to keep pace with Shu Li. Entering the main station hall, the noise of the crowd and the PA announcements blend together. The two of you follow the signs to find your ticket gate. Finally making it onto the train, you find your seats and sit down. You lean back and let out a huge sigh of relief. We actually made it. That was a whole struggle. There were just so many people. All right, bro. Lemma, borrow your shoulder. We still have over 4 hours on this train. I'm gonna take a nap. As Shu Li says this, she tilts her head and rests it on your shoulder, closing her eyes, looking like she's about to pass out instantly. You just laugh helplessly, adjusting your posture so your sister can sleep more comfortably. Soon after, the train slowly starts moving, staring at the platform sliding away outside the window. You can't help but feel a rush of complex emotions about your upcoming college life. A mix of excitement and totally low-key anxiety. Hope I can actually reinvent myself in college. Shu Li. Suddenly, a crisp, sweet voice rings out beside you. You look up and see a girl in a beige sundress, standing right there, looking super surprised and excited. Do you know us? You ask, totally confused. Hearing you say that, a brief shadow of gloom flashes across the girl's face, but it vanishes instantly, completely unnoticed by you. She tilts her head slightly, flashing a soft smile. Shu Ning, you haven't changed a bit, have you? We literally shared the same class in both middle school and high school, and you're seriously saying you don't know me? Hearing her say that makes you even more confused. You frantically search your memory files, but you absolutely cannot remember her face. Because back in class, you were basically an NPC. You didn't even know your own deskmate's name. While you're trying to process this, Shu Li sits up straight. When she sees the girl next to you, her eyes go wide as saucers, and she lets out an excited squeal. What are you doing here? Saying that, Shu Li shoves you aside and pulls Su Yue over to her. Ha 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 ha. What a coincidence. Su Yue, what college are you going to? Oh, I'm heading to Jiangcheng University. Su Yue says with a smile. We are literally fated. My bro and I are going to Jiangcheng University too. Now we can hang out together again. Shu Li is so hyped, she's basically dancing, shaking Su Yue's hand non-stop. Watching this whole scene play out, your confusion eases up a bit. You scratch your head and say somewhat awkwardly, "I'm really sorry. Su Yu, my memories of high school classmates are honestly kind of blurry. Please don't take it personally." Wait bro, you seriously didn't recognize Su Yu? We were in the same class all through middle and high school. Su Yue even came over to our house. Bro, you're literally socially inept. You don't even remember your classmate of 6 years. Oh right, that plush bear I left in your room was actually a birthday gift from Su Yu. Shu Li pouts. It's fine, Shu Li. It's totally normal that Shu Ning doesn't remember me. We literally never spoke, after all. But I know Shu Ning very well. Su Yue keeps that smile on her face. But for some reason to you, that smile feels subtly creepy. She narrows her eyes slightly, staring straight through you. Is it just my imagination? You mutter to yourself. Meanwhile, far away in your bedroom, the plush bear's red eyes slowly dim out. Achoo! Why do I feel like someone is watching me? After getting shoved aside by Shu Lil, you find an empty seat next to the two girls and sit down. Rubbing your nose, you glance around, but all you see is a steady stream of rushed passengers coming and going. Nobody is paying any special attention to you. Probably just overthinking it. I mean, a total background character like me. Why would anyone be stalking me? Wait, no. There's one person thinking of your sister. You immediately shoot a glare in Shu Li's direction. But Shu Li is completely absorbed in chatting, not doing anything sus at all. But then, Su Yue suddenly turns her head. Her gaze locks directly onto yours. After a brief staring contest, Su Yue's lips curl up into a slight smirk. Then she raises her hand and gives you a little wave. You politely wave back. Once Su Yu turns back around, you let out a long breath. Yep, still totally awkward around girls. Whatever, I'm just a side character anyway. Actually, I'm not even a side character. At best, I'm the guy in a rom-com who gets written out in episode 1. The train slowly pulls into Jiangcheng Station. The PA system announces the arrival. You take a deep breath and stand up, pulling your suitcase down from the rack. Shu Li, time to get off, you say, while side-eyeing your sister, who is still deep in conversation with Su Yue. Su Yue, let's walk together. Shu Li links arms intimately with Su Yu. I still need to go look at apartments. I'm planning to rent a place off campus. Su Yue says, looking a bit conflicted. Rent a place off campus. Shu Li's eyes widen in shock. We're actually going apartment hunting too. Yue, let's room together. That way, we can look out for each other. You cool with that, bro? You don't mind living with two absolute hotties, do you? You should be hype. Hearing this, you almost choke. Your face turns pale, then bright red. Shu Li, didn't you say you already rented a place? Why are we still looking at apartments? Plus, Su Yue is a girl. It's way too awkward for her to live with me. It's totally fine. Living with Shu Ning means having extra company. Su Yue quickly chimes in. Exactly, bro. You've got two gorgeous girls keeping you company. You should literally be thanking your lucky stars. The place we're going to is a shared apartment anyway. 3 people is perfect. Yue, let's go. Let's just ignore him. Saying that, Shu Li grabs Su Yu and speedwalks ahead. Su Yue glances back at you with a teasing smirk in her eyes. Watching them walk away, you let out a helpless sigh and have no choice but to drag your heavy suitcase, speeding up to catch up with them. Stepping out of the train station, it's already evening. Jiangsheng's nights are muggy and humid. The air is thick with the scent of the river, mixed with the unique vibe of city street food. Bro, it's getting kinda late. The landlady can't make it until tomorrow. What should we do? Shu Li stares at her phone screen, saying it with a totally serious face. What else can we do? We'll just crash at a hotel tonight and head over tomorrow. You say, casually. Hearing that, Shu Li's eyes instantly light up. She bounces with excitement. Whoa, a hotel. A brother and sister staying at a hotel together. It feels like something crazy might happen. Before Shu Li can even finish, You dash over and slap your hand over her mouth, your face burning up. You whisper yell, Shuli. What the hell goes on in that head of yours? Pure brain rot. Stop talking nonsense. Show, Lulia, frees your hand off, and sticks her tongue out playfully. Oh, so bro is into this kind of thing. What a perverted sis-con. Hearing Suli's roast, your face instantly goes dark. You guys go by yourselves. I'm going back to campus to live in the dorms. Not dealing with this. Saying, you turn around, ready to drag your suitcase back. Seeing this, the goofy grin on Shuli's face vanishes. She rushes up and grabs your arm, bro. My bad, my bad. Just forgive me, please. Su Yue also hurries over to you, her eyes full of concern. Siu Neng. Shui was just joking. No need to take it seriously. Exactly. Bro, you literally have zero sense of humor. No wonder you don't have a girlfriend. Shu Li mutters, still looking a bit defiant. But her grip on your arm doesn't loosen one bit. Mind your own business. You don't have a boyfriend either, do you? Neither of us has the right to roast the other. Alright, we've been on a train all day. Let's just find a hotel and rest for the night. Tomorrow we figure out the apartment and register at school. You snap back. Even though your tone is still stiff. You stop walking, no longer insisting on leaving. Hearing that, a huge smile blooms on Suli's face again. She rubs against your arm affectionately. Yay, yay. My big bro is the absolute best. Your sibling bond is so sweet. Not like me, I'm an only child. Su Yue lowers her head slightly, with a hint of loneliness in her voice. But, in those downcast eyes, flashes a totally unreadable cryptic gleam. Hearing this, Shu Li lets go of your arm, steps forward and gives Su Yue a gentle hug. Sounding completely heartbroken, Yue, don't be sad. I'll share half my brother with you. That way, you have a brother too. Turning to look at you, bro, you don't mind, right? You give her a look that says figure it out yourself. Alright, I'm finding a place to crash. Are you two coming or what? You give Shu Li an annoyed but amused glare, and let out a helpless sigh. Shu Li sticks her tongue out, links arms with Su, grinning widely. Obviously we're coming. Yue, let's follow bro. Su Yue nods slightly, the smile in her eyes lingering. But hidden in that smile is a subtle, unpredictable vibe. Early the next morning, the three of you pack up your stuff, grab a quick breakfast at the hotel restaurant, and step out into Jiangshang's early morning, which still carries that muggy, humid breeze. Leaving the hotel, ready to go apartment hunting. Bro, sleeping in the same room as two gorgeous girls last night. Did you get any naughty thoughts? Shu Li skips along, leaning close to you, wearing a wicked, playful smirk. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you're gonna be disappointed. I'm not the kind of guy who catches feelings for his own sister, or his sister's best friend. You roll your eyes at Shu Li and say helplessly, following the GPS navigation. The three of you soon arrive at a residential house. You stare at the detached three-story house in front of you, totally stunned. Shu, don't tell me the place you guys found is here. This is literally a mansion. How could we possibly afford to live somewhere this nice? Your eyes are wide open, looking at Shu Li and Su Yue in total disbelief. Looking at her own brother, acting like he's never seen the real world. Shu Li can't hold back a snort and laughs, bro. This isn't a mansion. It's a shared apartment building. Look at what's written on the sign by the door. You follow where Shu Li is pointing. Right next to the main gate hangs a totally low-key sign with the words, shared apartment written on it. You scratch your head, feeling awkward. Oh my bad. I thought. Right at that moment, the apartment's front door suddenly pushes open. A girl wearing a JK uniform steps out. Sunlight spills over her, highlighting her heart-stopping silhouette. Seeing you, three, she pauses for a split second, then flashes the sweetest smile. Hi there. Are you here to look at the rooms? Instantly, Shu Li is totally captivated by the girl's beauty and friendly vibe, her eyes sparkling, like she just discovered absolute treasure. Wow. Miss, you are gorgeous. Is this really a shared apartment? The girl covers her mouth and giggles. Ha ha ha. Thank you for the compliment. But we're probably the exact same age. I'm an incoming freshman at Jiangsheng University too. This house belongs to my parents, but they aren't around. So I figured I'd rent it out. You must be Shu Li, right? We were chatting online a while ago. I'm Jiang Ru, basically your landlady. And you must be Shu Ning. We're in the same major, right? Hope we can look out for each other. Who knows, we might even be in the same class. Jiang Ru blinks her big, expressive eyes, looking at you with a beaming smile. You freeze for a second. You didn't expect. This girl not only knew who you were, but actually knew your major too. You try to play it cool, answering a bit stiffly. Oh, what a coincidence. Hope we get along well. Let me show you guys the rooms. You cool with the third floor. The third floor has exactly 4 rooms. You 3 all know each other, right? Otherwise you wouldn't have come together. A deeply meaningful smile flashes across Jiang Ru's face. Then she turns and leads the way inside. So Li, why do I feel like this landlady gives off really sus vibes? How did she know my name? And the exact major I picked. You lean in and whisper right into Shu Li's ear. Yeah, I actually agree with Shu Ning. It's literally our first time meeting. How does she know all that info? Su Yu shines in agreement. Shu Li furrows her brows to think for a second, slaps her forehead and says, oops, look at my goldfish memory. When I was chatting with the landlady online before, I actually told her all that stuff. So it's totally normal that Jiang Ru knows. Hearing Shu Li's answer, you and Su Yue exchange a look. You let out a heavy sigh. Should I call you carefree, or just completely dense? In the future, for anything involving personal privacy, don't just spill it to random people online, even if it's probably fine this time. It's still low-key unsafe. Okay, I get it. But there is one thing that I didn't tell her. Shu Li lowers her voice, acting all mysterious, looking super proud of herself. What thing? You and Su Yue ask at the exact same time. Both of your curiosities totally piqued. I didn't tell her that my brother is actually a total perverted siscon, who literally dreams about sneaking into his sister's room every day. Shu Li says, covering her mouth as she giggles. The 3 of you arrive on the 3rd floor. Jiang Ru pushes open the door to the first room. The room isn't huge, but it's super tidy and clean. This room is mine, by the way. If you ever need anything, you can come find me here anytime. Jiang Ru turns around and gives you a sweet smile. Shu, who was just hyped, hears this. And her smile instantly freezes. Ugh, what? I thought this room was up for rent too. After checking the first room, the 4 of you walk into the living room. The 3rd floor is actually fully decked out. Kitchen, bathroom, the whole deal. You 3 can split the remaining 3 rooms. Wait, 3 rooms left. Aw, big bro is definitely gonna be pressed. Shu Li says with fake sympathy. Shu Ning is left completely baffled by her confusing comment. Isn't 3 rooms exactly what we need? Why would I be pressed? Shu Li's eyes dart around. Then, she leans in close to you, wearing a wicked, mischievous smirk. Oh, big bro, I know exactly what's going through your head. You were probably hoping there were only 2 rooms, so you could share a room with your precious little sister, right? Saying that, Shu Li winks at you. Your face instantly darkens. You snap back at her. Shu Li, what kind of weird brain rot do you have in your head 24/7? I never had those thoughts. I'd literally pay to not share a room with you. Jiang Ru watches the siblings bicker, with a faint smile still on her face. But, deep down, there's a flicker of some unreadable, complex emotion. Alright, go ahead and check out the other rooms. Let me know if you have any questions. Jiang Ru says softly. By the way, I have a suggestion. Shu, you could take the room in the very back. It's on the shady side, so it doesn't get much sunlight. I can't exactly make the girls stay in that one, unless you want to live on the 2nd floor. The 2nd floor is cool too. 2 of our upperclassmen live there. Jiang Ru says with a smile. Whatever, I'll just take the dark room. Saying that, Shu Ning heads straight toward the room Jiang Ru pointed out. As you walk toward that room, a smirk flashes across Jiang Ru's face. Like her plan just worked. But it's gone in an instant, and no one else notices. Entering the room, you find it isn't actually as bad as you thought. Even if it's on the shady side, it's surprisingly clean. The bed is mated, and aside from being a bit dim, there are no obvious issues. Right then, Shu Li and Su Yue walk in. Shu Li starts making a scene the second she enters. Bro, is this room actually okay for you? It's kind of dark. Feels kind of spooky too. There might be ghosts in here at night. If you get scared, just holler for your cute sister. I'm right in the next room. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm an atheist. Anyway, I need to unpack. Go back to your own rooms. You roll your eyes at Shu Li and say helplessly, unpacking. Isn't that a job for us girls? Right, Yue? Let's help bro get settled in here. Shu Li says while giving Su Yue a knowing look. Shu Ning, your sister has a point. Girls are generally more detail-oriented. Let us help you unpack. Since Yudi shared half of you with me, you're basically my brother too. Su Yue says softly, no way. I can do it myself. It's not that much stuff. Won't take long. Saying that, you squat by the suitcase and unzip it. As the suitcase opens, you spot something that definitely doesn't belong to you. Wait, what is this? I don't remember packing this. You mutter to yourself while picking up that pink item. As you slowly unfold it, you realize it's a pair of pink panties. What the hell is going on? Your voice is shaking. Your hands instinctively rummage through the other items in the suitcase. But all you find are girls' clothes. Wow, pervy bro. You're actually holding my clothes. That is so cringe. Shu Li stands there with her hands on her hip, wearing a wicked smirk. Su Yue is bright red, looking between you and Shu Li, totally unsure of how to react. Looking at Shu Li's smirk, you already know this was her doing. Then, under their shocked gazes, you grab the clothes and say with a dead serious face, I'm sorry sis. As your brother, I shouldn't have had such bad thoughts. I'm going to go throw these away right now. Saying that, you move as if you're actually leaving. Seeing that you aren't joking, Shu Li instantly panics. She rushes over and grabs your arm. Bro, my bad. Don't throw them away. You stop in your track, turn around, and look at Shu Li helplessly. When did you swap them? And where are my clothes? Facing your questions, Shu Li looks like a kid who got caught red-handed, her head down, nervously twiddling her fingers. She whispers, last night, when you went to shower, I sneaked into your room and swapped them, okay? Besides, all that stuff was so heavy to carry. Don't you even care about your cute little sister? Shu Li, you went way too far this time. Now Shu Ning has nothing to wear. And besides, it's just us here. What if someone else saw and misunderstood? Su Yue can't help but scold Shu Li. Oh, Rose's clothes were so basic and lame. So, I just tossed them. I figured I'd take him shopping once we got to Jiangcheng. Shu Li mutters under her breath. Done unpacking. To celebrate you guys moving in. Dinner is on me tonight. Shu Ning, why are you holding girls' clothes? Right then, Xiangru suddenly pushes the door open. Originally, she was all hyped to talk about dinner. But when she sees you holding girls' clothes, her gaze instantly turns icy. Let me explain. I don't actually collect girls' clothes. This is literally an accident. Looking at Jiangru's, you're a creep expression. You totally freak out. Your hands start waving frantically in the air. But Jiangru has zero intention of believing you. She stares dead into your eyes. You get more and more flustered under her gaze. Beads of sweat roll down your face. Aside from Shu Li, this is probably the first time a girl has ever stared at you like this. For someone with social anxiety, it's terrifying. I'm really not a creep. This underwear, my sister put it in there. Shu Ning stammers out. Yeah, ha. I put those clothes in his suitcase. I made him carry my clothes for me. I mean, look at him. He looks a bit sus, but he's actually a total coward. He's too scared to even talk to girls. No way he dare steal girls' clothes. Yue knows this too. Seeing how intense the vibe is, Shu Li quickly explains to Jiangru. Su Yue nods frantically, looking totally sincere. Jiangru, Shu Ning really is that kind of person. I believe him. Fine, if both of you say so. I'll take your word for it for now, but I'll be keeping a close eye on you. As the landlady, I'm responsible for everyone's safety here. Jiang-ru narrows her eyes, with a hint of suspicion still lingering. You give an awkward smile, nodding repeatedly. I get it, I get it. I'm really sorry for the misunderstanding. My bad. Alright, hurry up and finish so we can eat. Since you're new here, I'll show you around the neighborhood. Jiang-ru says, then leaves the room. After that whole ordeal, Su Li and Su Yue also wisely exit. Once everyone is gone, you let out a massive sigh of relief, slumping down on the edge of the bed. Your head is a complete mess. Thinking back on what just happened, you feel totally drained. In your entire life, you haven't talked to girls this much. In a single day, you rub your temples, trying to relax. Exhaustion washes over you like a wave. Your eyelids get heavier and heavier, until you finally drift off. A while later, while you're still dreaming, you feel a sudden weight on you. You slowly open your eyes, and realize a figure is lying on top of you. Dazed and half asleep, you assume it's another one of Shuli's prank. Shulu, can you stop messing with me all the time? It's been a long day. I am exhausted. Get out already. Let me sleep a bit more. You say weakly, but the figure doesn't move. Just heavy breathing, and a slight trembling body. You snap awake instantly. Taking a closer look, you realize it's actually Jiang-ru. Jiang-ru, your voice shakes. In absolute disbelief, you instinctively try to sit up, but your body won't listen. Wait, what's happening? Why is Jiang-ru in my room? If anyone sees this, I'm dead. Wait, no. That's not the priority right now. What if she wakes up? What if she thinks I'm a total creep again? You're freaking out. Your brain is overclocking. A million thoughts are racing through your head. I'm cooked. Am I actually gonna get arrested? I'm way too young for this. I can't go to jail. While your brain is going 100 mph, Jiang-ru's eyelids twitch slightly. Then she slowly opens her eyes. Her gaze locks onto your panicked eyes instantly. You're so scared you shut your eyes tight, seeing your little struggle. Jiang-ru thinks it's hilarious. Shu Ning, what are you doing? It's not like I'm gonna eat you. Or are you just shy because of me? Hearing Jiang-ru's voice, you instinctively open your mouth to explain. Then you scramble to get up. But you totally forgot the situation. Jiang-ru is still pinned under you. I didn't mean it like that. Before you can even finish, thud! Your head slams right into Jiang-ru's forehead. The impact knocks Jiang-ru backward. Seeing Jiang-ru about to fall, you panic and reach out to catch her. In the chaos, your hands grab blindly in the air. Then you feel a soft sensation on your palms. Without thinking, you actually give them 2 little squeezes. Right as a camera shutter clicks, you finally see what you're holding. It's definitely not what you intended. You didn't grab Jiang-ru's arm. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It wasn't on purpose. I just saw you falling. So, you pull your hands back and explain fast. Your face turns bright red instantly. So red you look like you're about to explode. Your eyes are darting all over the room. Anywhere except at Jiang-ru. Not on purpose, or was it calculated? So, how was the feel just now? It wasn't like that. I was just trying to steady you. I wasn't trying to catch a cheap feel. Well, if I hand this over to the cops, or your sister, do you think they'll believe a word you say? Jiang-ru says as she holds up her phone. And on the screen is a perfect shot of what just happened. You know exactly that once anyone sees this photo, you'll be labeled the creep who attacked a girl's chest, thinking about your sister looking at you like trash, and everyone else treating you like a monster. You're basically ready to respawn right now. Looking at the pale Su Ning, Jiang-ru flashes a smirk like she just won. Then she clears her throat and says with fake seriousness, Shu Ning, you aren't planning to run away from what you did, right? Hearing that, you drop to your knees before Jiang-ru. A real man owns up to his actions. I admit it. Do whatever you want with me. I won't say a single word of complaint. Your voice is shaking, full of pure dead-end resolve. Your head is bowed, too scared to look Jiang-ru in the eye. Jiang-ru looks at you on the floor, her lips curling up. Well, since you put it that way, you should probably make it up to me, right? How about this? As long as you follow my orders. I promise today's little accident stays between us. What do you think? I get it. I'll leave this place and go somewhere. No one. Wait, you don't have to leave. You snap your head up, a glimmer of hope flickering in your hollow eyes, staring hard at Jiang-ru, as if trying to see if she's for real. I never said you had to leave. You just have to do exactly what I tell you. Siwing, your fate is literally in my hands now. Jiang-ru's smirk gets even wider. The sunset makes her look extra intimidating. She tilts her head, locking her gaze on you, like she's examining her new favorite toy. Looking at Jiang-ru's expression, you feel a chill down your spine. But you can't even explain why you feel this way. You just feel like Jiang-ru is low-key terrifying. Su Ning, I really hope you don't regret this decision later, because there's no backing out now. Jiang-ru says coldly, I hate betrayal. Anyone who betrays me should just vanish from this world. After her warning, Jiang-ru gets up to leave, but she stops right at the door. You were just starting to relax, but seeing her stop, your heart jumps back into your throat. Jiang-ru slowly turns around, still wearing that ice-cold, spine-chilling smile. She says softly, oh, by the way, don't forget about dinner later. Don't be late. With that, Jiang-ru finally leaves the room. Wow, so scary. Girls are actually terrifying. But then again, I did do something way out of line. As long as I don't make her mad, I should be fine, right? You finally let out a long sigh of relief. Outside, Jiang-ru looks back at your door. Then, she looks down at the spot you just grabbed. A blush flashes across her face. Didn't expect a bonus like that. Shu Ning, you're never escaping me. Ha 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 ha. Just then, Shu Li's voice yells from the door, bro. Are you done yet? We're leaving. Inside, you're staring at your hands in a daze, suddenly snapping out of it. So that's what a girl's chest feels like. It was actually not bad. No, no, no. Girls are pure trouble. I almost fell for it. You shake your head frantically, trying to delete those thoughts from your brain. Bro, what are you doing? I've been calling you forever. Seeing zero response, Sui opens the door and walks in. She catches you, still staring at your hands. Bro, what are you looking at? You're totally zoned out. Noticing your weird expression, Shu Li whispers, and nothing. Is something up? You look like you just got caught doing something super sus. You panic and hide your hands behind your back, refusing to look Shu Li in the eye. Why did you jump like that? Just because I walked in. Shu Li is super suspicious and leans in. Bro, are you hiding something? Why so mysterious? Are you actually a pervert? Sis-Khan, are you hiding my underwear again? Were you just doing something shameless with my clothes? Hearing Shu Li's words, you actually managed to calm down. You beckon Shu Li over. Come here. I'll show you what I'm hiding. Shu Li hesitates for a second, but her curiosity wins. She inches closer. Bro, I am literally your sister. You can't do anything too unhinged, okay? Just so we're clear. If you're that desperate, I might consider it. Right as Shu Li gets close, you suddenly reach out and smack her right on top of her head. Ow, bro, what was that for? Shu Li screams and jumps back, fixing her messy hair while glaring at you. You're the worst. You used that hand to smack me? You're such a creep. LLL creep. Shu Li sticks her tongue out. I don't think it was too much. I was actually gonna grab you and yeet you right out the window. Anyway, what do you want? You say seriously. I came to get you. You already went downstairs with Jiang-ru. Hurry up and come down. We're having a massive feast tonight, Shui says while rubbing her head, her eyes full of excitement. She's clearly living for the food. Hearing Jiang-ru's name, you remember what happened this afternoon. You feel a bit of embarrassment, but you remind yourself it was an accident and quickly calm down. Fixing your clothes, you put on your shoes and follow Shu Li downstairs. Jiang Ru and Su Yue are already in the car. They've been waiting a while. Su Yue sticks her head out the window. Over here. Over here. Xu Li pulls you over to the car. She opens the back door and hops in. You're about to follow, but Jiang Ru stops you. Hey, creep. There's a seat in the front. Don't try to squeeze in with the girls. You want to argue back after being called at, but, thinking of this afternoon, you just mumble, oh, closing the back door. You walk around to the passenger side and sit down. As soon as you sit, you feel Jiang Ru's teasing gaze on you. It's totally uncomfortable. You just sit there stiffly, staring straight ahead, too scared to even breathe. Jiang Ru has a faint smile on her face. As she starts the car, Su Li and Su Yue are chatting away in the back seat, but you're completely on edge. Oh, occasionally sneaking a peek at Jiang Ru. Shu Ning, peeking isn't a very good habit. People might think you're a creep, Jiang Ru says with that unreadable smile, keeping her eyes on the road. The soft voice from the front seat drifts into your ears. Caught in 4K, you instantly look away. Then you stammer, I wasn't peeking. I was just wondering if you even have a license. If you're driving without one, I'd basically be your accomplice. Shu Ning, do you really doubt my skills? Don't worry, driving an automatic is just as smooth as handling your manual stick. As she says that, Jiang Ru intentionally glances down between your legs, noticing her gaze. You look completely baffled. Wait, have you driven manual before? I'm actually planning to get my license, too. It'd make road trips way more convenient, you know. Oh, you want to learn? I could totally teach you. I'm an expert at showing people how to handle a manual stick. Jiang Ru says with a smirk. Me too. Me too. I want to get my license too. Su Li pops her head out from the back seat, sounding hype. After driving for a while, the group finally reaches their destination. This is the spot. This restaurant is actually legendary. Jiang Ru parks and is the first to hop out. This is it. It doesn't look like anyone's even here. You get out of the car and look at the empty parking lot, doubting if the food is actually good. Trust me, it's fire. The lot might be empty, but the place is actually packed inside. This is a music-themed gastrobar. Most people take Ubers here. That's why you don't see any cars. Jiang Ru explains. Alright, let's move. The entrance is right there. As everyone walks toward the restaurant, you suddenly stop in your tracks. Looking up at the sign above, you look super sus. Jiang Ru, are you sure this is a legit restaurant? You ask immediately. I don't know about the vibe, but the menu items are definitely legit, and the chefs are top tier. Jiang Ru winks at you, wearing a mysterious smile, as she pushes open the heavy doors. The door slowly opens, and a mix of vintage wine, delicious food, and high-energy music hits you. Walking inside, you realize it's a whole different world. Warm, soft lighting is scattered perfectly throughout. The place is glowing. Musical instruments and band posters line the walls. In the corner, a guitarist is playing with pure soul. The melody flows through the air, mixing with the sound of laughter and chatter. But pretty quickly you notice something off. You rush to Shu Li's side and whisper, Sis, the vibe here is totally sus. I feel like someone's watching us. Actually, no, it feels like everyone is watching us. Should we bounce? Like, right now? Ugh, bro, stop acting like you've never touched grass. You're walking in with three absolute hotties. Obviously, people are gonna stare. Shu Li rolls her eyes at you, sounding totally unbothered. After hearing her, you glance around the room. Sure enough, all the eyes are from the guys. But most of those looks are pure jealousy and salt. Getting stared at makes you feel super awkward. You instinctively take a step back, putting some distance between you and the girls. But Jiang Ru catches you moving. She lets out a playful smirk, while Shu Li and Su Yu are distracted by the restaurant's vibe. She turns and walks right up to you. Then she casually grabs your arm, leaning her body lightly against yours. Feeling that soft sensation on your arm, you frantically look over. When you see those big backpacks pressed against you, You desperately try to pull your arm away, noticing your struggle. Jiang Ru clings even tighter, looking at her backpacks getting squeezed. Your face starts burning up. Jiang Ru, this isn't right. Everyone is watching. Jiang Ru acts like she's just teasing you. Instead of letting go, she looks up with those big watery eyes, acting all innocent. There are so many people here. What if we get separated? And did you see the way those guys are looking at us? Aren't you going to protect me? Right as you start to explain, Jiang Ru cuts you off. Shu Li Su Yue. Don't get lost. It's dangerous in here. Lost in the vibe of the restaurant. Shu Li and Su Yue turn around. When Shu Li sees Jiang Ru clinging to your arm, she immediately pouts. She rushes to your side and grabs your other arm. Jiang Ru, what are you doing? Shu Ning is my brother. Chill, I just wanted Shu Ning to protect me. Look at how those guys are staring. We're basically sheep in a lion's den right now, Jiang Ru says in a soft voice. Then, Su Yue walks over too. She reaches out and gently tugs on your shirt. Shu Ning, I'm kind of scared too. Wait, do you guys even hear yourselves right now? Do you think those guys are looking at you? They are looking at me. I can literally feel their killing intent. You say frantically, hurry up bro. Jiang Ru is right. You should hold on to him too. Shu Li urges her on, with excitement sparkling in her eyes. Su Yue actually listens and hugs you from the front, with soft sensations hitting you from 3 directions. You completely panic. You look up at the ceiling, desperately trying to suppress that little ceiling trying to grow through the cracks. Despite your strongest efforts, it feels like it's about to break through the barrier. Jiang Ru notices your weird expression. She seems to realize what's happening. She leans into your ear and whispers something spicy. Instantly, your face turns deep red. The seedling, hearing the call, instantly shoots up toward the sky. Ow, Shu Ning, the key in your pocket is poking me. Su Yue cries out, scaring you into shaking off all 3 girls. What are you guys even doing? We're just here for dinner, not to film some cringe rom-com. I'm just a cockroach in the corner. I'm not the main character in a romance movie. Can you guys just leave me alone? Shu Ning, what's wrong? Did you forget what you promised me? We're soulmates now, aren't we? Your soulmate is in trouble. So, shouldn't you lend a hand? Seeing you pull away, Jiang Ru fakes a pained look, her eyes getting slightly teary. Soulmates? Su Yue asks, confused. Shu Li is also completely lost. Wait, what? Oh, has Su Ning not told you yet? Actually, I've realized Shu Ning isn't a bad guy. I totally misunderstood him this afternoon. So I decided to become his soul mate. As Jiang Ru speaks, she secretly watches your reaction. There's a subtle, sly glint in her eyes. Your face goes dark, muttering in your head, soulmate, please? This is literally just a threat. By the way, maybe soulmate is too formal. Looking at the confused Siu Li and Su Yu, Jiang Ru speaks up again. Maybe we should use your local slang. How about friends with benefits? Jiang Ru gives you a half-mocking, half-playful smile. I mean, we already got naked and honest with each other this afternoon, didn't we? Your brain, which was already short-circuiting, snaps to attention at her naked and honest comment. You immediately shout in defense. That's a lie. Nothing happened. Stop making up unhinged rumors. You look frantically at Shu Li and Su Yu, but both of them are surprisingly calm. Wait, aren't you guys gonna freak out? You ask, totally lost. Seriously, you have to believe me. Nothing happened, I swear. Seeing how chill they are only makes you more anxious. You wish you could travel back to this afternoon and slap your past self. Bro, I believe you. I know exactly what kind of guy you are. Like you said, you're just a cockroach in a dark corner. Even if you had the desire, you definitely don't have the guts. Besides, if something did happen, you'd be down at the police station right now, explaining yourself to the officers. Shu Li says flat. Shu Ning, I believe you too. We've known each other forever. I know what kind of person you are. You'd never actually do something like that. Su Yue chimes in softly. I mean, I appreciate it. Am I really that pathetic? You're not sure if you should laugh or cry. All that anxiety vanished, replaced by how helpless they made you feel. Ugh, bro, you're so annoying. We already said we believe you. What more do you want? Seriously, with that attitude, you're never getting a girlfriend. What girl would even look at a guy like you? Only your sister would bother with you. I even brought you out for dinner. You better be grateful. As she says this, Shuli lets out a dramatic eye roll. Then she acts all mature and bossy, walking around you with her hands behind her back. I don't think you're a loser either, bro. Zuyue adds, softly. Her cheeks flush a light pink, her eyes full of genuine sweetness. Looking at Su-yu, you feel a low-key warmth in your heart. Just as you're about to say something back, Julie starts her next main character performance. Listen, bro, having 3 hotties like us at dinner with you is literally a blessing for your clout. You better remember to serve us and get our food. Julie tilts her head back, acting like a total divee, watching them act out. Jiang Ru is having the time of her life laughing. She leans into your ear and whispers, don't forget our little deal from this afternoon. You better be a good boy. If you behave yourself, I'll even let you feed me. Other guys would literally die for a chance like that, you know. Your face turns dead serious instantly. You turn your head slightly, looking Jiang Ru straight in the eye. Your voice steady and firm. Jiang Ru, I think you're doing too much now. You have hands, don't you? Feed yourself. The smile on Jiang Ru's face freezes. She didn't expect you to shut her down so seriously, and with such a firm tone. Fine, but don't forget our deal. Or, who knows where that photo of you getting handsy earlier might end up. Oh. Saying that, Jiang Ru turns and heads toward the bar. Watching her walk away, you feel a wave of exhaustion. Girls are actually terrifying creatures. I really need to keep my distance. Hey bro, quit zoning out. Jiang Ru is waving us over. Make sure you wait on us properly during dinner. As Su Li says this, she drags you toward where Su Yue and Jiang Ru are sitting, looking at Jiang Ru in front of you, and Su Li and Su Yue beside you. Your head is spinning. I told you, there's no way I'm the lead in a rom-com. Exactly. I'm much better off as a background NPC. Over here, our table is right here. Jiang Ru sits down and pats the seat next to her, signaling for you to sit. But you act like you didn't even see it, and sit directly across from her. The smile on Jiang Ru's face falters, a flash of annoyance in her eyes. But she quickly hides it with that teasing look. Wow, Shu Ning has literally zero riz. It's just dinner. Shu Li, sit next to me. You mumble while focusing on the silverware, trying to sound casual. So, Shu Li sits beside you, and Su Yue sits across from her. When you look up after setting the table, you find all 3 girls staring at you curiously. Why are you all looking at me? Is there something on my face? You even rub your face a couple of times. Nothing. Bro, I just feel like you're being super weird today. Shu Li says. Weird? No way. I'm literally always like this. But, as you say that, thinking of the accident with Jiang Ru earlier, who is currently sitting right in front of you, you feel totally on edge. Now that you mention it, you actually do seem different. Jiang Ru shims in. She tilts her head, a playful smirk in her eyes. Shu Ning, for some reason, you're looking low-key cute right now. Hearing Jiang Ru say that, you almost spit out your water. You frantically set the glass down, grabbing a napkin to wipe your mouth. Jiang Ru, can you stop playing with me? Shu Li, swap seats with me. I want the outside seat. Ugh, bro, you're such a headache. Oh, and go get me some water. Thanks, bestie. As Shu Li says this, she quickly gets up and swaps with you. Bro, can you get me a bottle too? Thanks, Su Yue adds softly. Fine, and what about the bosses in the middle? Do you want water too? Shu Ning looks at Jiang Ru, annoyed, thinking this dinner is a whole mission. Jiang Ru tilts her head, her eyes full of mischief. She drags out her words. Oh, is Shu Ning actually worried about me? I'll have one of their special cocktails. Oh, by the way, you two should try them too. Even though it's alcohol, it's super sweet and tasty. Shu Li's eyes light up instantly. She claps her hands. Bet. I've never actually had a cocktail. That sounds so cool. Su Yu looks a bit hesitant, biting her lips slightly. I'm a total lightweight, she whispers. I'm scared I'll get wasted. Jiang Ru waves it off. Don't worry, Su Yu. These special cocktails have zero kick. It's basically just drinking juice. Trust me. She then turns to you with that classic sly smile. Shu Ming. Be a dear and go order 3 of those cocktails for yous. As you wish, my queens. Saying that, you head over to the bar. When you get there, you immediately spot the server in the bunny girl outfit. She's polishing a glass with a smirk. It's the handsome guy from before. Where are your 3 girlfriends? You're brave, leaving those 3 all alone at a table in a place like this. The bunny girl laughs. Hearing her, your face heats up. You frantically wave it off. They aren't my girlfriends. One's my sister, one's a friend, and the other. It's complicated. Anyway, I'm here for cocktails. What do you recommend? She puts down her towel, looking excited. Well, you're in luck. Our specials are legendary. If I had to pick one, it's definitely the house favoritin, Peachy Passion. Perfect for the 3 girls with you. Peachy Passion. What kind of name is that? Whatever, just give me 3. You say awkwardly. The bunny girl gives you a mysterious smile as she starts mixing the Peachy Passion. Her moves are smooth. Liquor and juice. Dancing in the shaker. Before you know it, 3 pink, sweet-smelling cocktails are ready. And this one's on the house. It's called Wild Rave. This one's for you. Free of charge, of course. She pulls a pre-mixed drink from under the bar and sets it in front of you. Unlike the others, this one is a deep brown color, smelling like medicinal herbs. All right, here are your drinks. The server will bring them over for you. Hope you have a very active night. Leaving the bar, you walk back toward the booth. When you get to the dining area, you see 2 flashy-looking guys standing by their table. When I say flashy, I mean, what kind of guy wears a pink jacket? You don't walk over immediately. Instead, you lurk nearby, watching what's going down. Is this a real-life hit-on attempt? Honestly, I've got huge respect for their bravery. Of all people, they picked Shu Li. She is a legendary troll. You hide to the side, eyes locked on the booth. The guy in the pink jacket is giving Shu Li his best smile, trying to spit game. Then, your phone vibrates. It's a SOS text from Su Li. Bro, get over here and save us. You were gonna ignore it. But then you remembered she's just a girl. It's normal for her to be scared in a situation like this. Sigh, she really is still a kid. Fine, and let your great big brother carry this for you. You fix your collar and head over to the group. Yo, Shu Lil, are these 2 with you? You act cool, but inside you're panicking. Based on every drama trope, this ends in a fight. But I'm not a protagonist. If it comes to blows, I'm catching a massive L. While you're overthinking it, Shu Li runs over and grabs your arm. She turns to the guys and shouts, "My boyfriend is back, so you can leave now, thanks." The guys look at you. One of them speaks first. "Oh, sorry bro, didn't know she was taken." Then the other guy looks at Su Yue and Jiang Ru. "But you 2 don't have boyfriends, right? Why? Want to hang out? How about I buy you girls a drink?" Actually, he's my boyfriend too. And he doesn't like other guys hitting on me, Jiang Ru says, her face totally calm. He's also my boyfriend. Su Yue shines. In right then, the 2 guys are completely stunned. They just stare at each other, faces full of awkwardness and pure disbelief. The one in the pink jacket, with the curly, permed hair, glares hard in your direction. "Bro, this isn't right. Hogging 3 hotties all to yourself. Can your body even handle that? Why don't we help you take some of that load off?" Seeing things go south, Wei, you immediately grab Shu Li's hand and whisper to her, "When I say run, we run." The guy is about to step closer, but his buddy grabs him. "Are you insane? You think these 3 would all date him? Just because he's a pretty boy. He's probably someone we shouldn't mess with. Let's not look for trouble. Hearing that, the guy in the pink jacket looks salty, but he actually stops, giving you one last, nasty glare. Lucky punk, he snorts. The two of them turn and beat it. Finally, your nerves can actually relax. Letting out a massive sigh, you let go of Su Li's hand. I'm the one who almost died of a heart attack. Okay. Jiang-ru, can we please just eat somewhere normal next time? Jiang-ru crosses her arms. Wearing that signature mischievous smirk, she raises an eyebrow. Shu Ning, shouldn't you be thanking me? I just gave you 3 girlfriends. Thank you. Thank you. You almost gave me social suicide, followed by a physical beatdown. You snap back at her, feeling completely drained. You want this blessing of 3 girlfriends? You take it. I would if I were a guy. She giggles. Jiang-ru is smiling like a cat that got the cream. Besides, Su Ning, it's not like you have the right to say no. Don't forget our deal. She shakes her phone meaningfully. You're instantly silenced. The cringe memory from this afternoon, and that cursed photo, flash through your mind. All your confidence just evaporates. Exactly. Bro, you're literally winning right now. Shu Li is egging it on, loving the chaos. But in her eyes, there's a tiny flicker of annoyance. But even if they're your girlfriends, don't get any funny ideas. Especially not with my Yueyu, she says, throwing an arm around Suyu. Suyu's face turns red. Shu Li, stop capping, she whispers. But she shoots a quick glance at you, full of this weird mix of hope and shyness. Right then, the server brings over 4 drinks. Here you go. 3 peachy nights, and 1 wild rave for the gentleman. The colorful cocktails immediately catch the girl's attention. Whoa, aesthetic. Shu Li is the first to grab a glass, giving it a curious sniff. Smells so sweet. Su Yue carefully takes one too, staring at the pink liquid. Her eyes light up. Jiang-ru picks hers up gracefully, taking a tiny sip. Not bad, she nods. Then, she looks at your dark brown wild rave. She looks curious. Yours looks pretty intense. You look at the drink smelling like herbs, and feel a bit sketched out. That bunny girl, her creepy smile, and that passionate night comment. It's definitely not a normal drink. I think I'll just stick to water. You instinctively try to push the glass away. Don't be a buzzkill, bro. Try it. It was free anyway. Shu Li, being the menace, just shoves the glass into your hand. Are you a man or not? If you are, then chug it. Between the sisters' taunt, the frustration from being hit on, and Jiang-ru's threats. You're just done. Fine, whatever. It's not like it's poison. You just send it, and down the entire wild rave in one go. The taste is weird, sour-sweet, but with a heavy medicinal kick. Your throat feels a bit of a burn afterward, but it's not terrible. Well, Shui is dying to know. How was it? It was okay. Kind of like herbal tea. Lame. Shu Li loses interest immediately. Going back to her peachy night, Jiang-ru looks at your empty glass, and that cryptic smirk of hers gets even wider. A few rounds later, the food is mostly gone. Well, they did most of the eating. You were too busy being Jiang-ru's servant, serving her food under her gentle gaze. Even if you tried to ignore her terrifying feed me suggestion, things were chill for a bit, except for Shu Li using the boyfriend thing to roast and annoy you non-stop, and Su Yu's occasional sweet gazes that made your heart skip. But then you start feeling hot. The AC is definitely blasting, but you feel this wave of heat surging up from inside you. Your heart rate is definitely climbing. Weird. Is the AC broken? You tug at your collar, muttering to yourself, no, it feels super fresh in here. Shui looks at you through her straw. Bro, your face is literally red. Don't tell me you got wasted on herbal tea. Haha. You shake your head, trying to clear the fog, thinking it's just the stress from earlier. I'm gonna hit the restroom. The second you stand, you feel a bit lightheaded. Everything feels a bit dizzy. You step out of the restroom. After splashing cold water on your face, it helps for a split second, but that internal fire isn't going away. If anything, it's getting worse. This weird impulse is starting to take over. Damn it, that drink was definitely spiked. You curse under your breath, just wanting to get back to the table. But the moment you turn the corner, a figure suddenly appears, blocking your path. It's Jiang-ru. She's leaning against the wall, watching you with zero chill, her eyes full of playfulness. "So, Ning, you don't look so good." Your heart skips, trying to play it cool. "No, I'm fine. Let's just go back." You try to walk past her, but she blocks you. "What's the rush?" She gets closer, whispering right into your ear, her warm breath tickling your skin. Your face is so red, and your breathing is so fast. "Tell me, is that wild rave finally hitting?" Your eyes go wide as saucers, staring at her in total shock. You knew." "Of course not." She blinks, looking completely innocent. But that sly glint totally gives her away. "I was just curious." But now, she looks down with a knowing glance. Her smile becomes both dangerous and hot. The effects look pretty impressive. You follow her gaze downward, and the blood rushes to your face instantly. A certain part of you is definitely not behaving. You frantically press your legs together, trying to hide it with your hands. Total shame and panic. "Jiang-ru, what do you even want?" "Nothing much," she giggles, lightly tracing a finger across your chest. The touch sends a literal shock through you. "Just reminding my soulmate to stick to our deal. Be a good boy. If Shu Li or Su Yue saw you like this, what do you think they'd call you? A total creep." "Are you actually threatening me?" You're furious. The fire inside you is surging from her touch. Your logic is literally hanging by a thread. "It's not a thread." Jiang-ru tilts her head. Her smile is sweet, but cold. "It's a friendly heads up. And honestly, you look like you're struggling. Need a hand." Her voice is like pure honeyed poison. Her hand starts to drift lower. "No." You practically shout it, slapping her hand away and stumbling back, slamming into the cold wall, just to keep from collapsing. "Just get away from me." Jiang-ru's gaze turns icy for a split second, then melts back into that smirk. "Fine, if you're gonna be like that, figure it out yourself. But hurry it up. They're waiting." With that, she gives you one last look, and walks away with pure grace, leaving you there, trapped between unhinged desire and absolute panic. You take several deep breaths, right there in the hallway, using every bit of your willpower to force the fire back down, at least enough to look normal on the surface, but your face is still burning. Back at the table, Shu Li starts whining immediately. "Bro, what took so long? Did you fall in? I am out of juice. Go get me another one." You just want this dinner to end already. "I just needed to escape this place before I completely lost sight." So I muttered, "Drink what? We're done. It's late enough. Time to bounce." "Already?" Shu Li pouted. "I'm not even done vibing yet." "Yeah, Shu Ning." The night is still young. Jiang-ru slowly wiped her mouth with a napkin. Her eyes drifted toward you. "Teasing you? Or do you have something urgent to take care of?" She put a heavy emphasis on urgent. Your skin crawled. You shot her a nasty glare. "Sa, Yu looked at you." "Shu Ming," she whispered. "Are you actually okay? You still look super flushed. Maybe we should just listen to him. Let's head back." Su Yue was literally a saint. You gave her a grateful look, nodding frantically. "I'm just a bit drained. Got registration tomorrow anyway. Let's just call it a night. Majority rules." Check paid, time to go. The drive back was a whole different kind of torture. The fire inside me, in that cramped car, combined with the faint scent of perfume from the girls, flares right back up. It was burning even hotter now. You pressed yourself against the door, trying to stay as far away as possible, eyes glued to the window, afraid to even glance around, afraid to speak, scared your raspy voice would give you away. "Bro, why are you sitting so far away? It's like you think we're gonna eat you." Shu Li looked at you weirdly. Jiang-ru watched your struggle in the rearview mirror. Her lips curled into a satisfied smirk. She hit the gas a little, making the car sway. Every bump sent your heart racing. Finally, you reached the apartment. You practically bolted out and sprinted for the stairs. "I'm going up first." "Hey, bro, the luggage is in the trunk." Shu Li yelled, but you acted deaf. The only thing on your mind was a cold shower. Your hands were shaking as you fumbled for your keys. Finally, got the door open. You burst into your room, ready to slam it shut. But a hand suddenly blocked the door. It was Jiang Ru. How did she get here so fast? Say, Ning. What's the massive rush? She pushed the door open effortlessly and walked in, closing it softly behind her. She even clicked the lock. Your heart sank to your stomach. You stared at her in terror. What are you doing? Get out. Shh. Jiang Ru put a finger to her lips. She stepped closer, wearing the smile of a hunter, watching her prey fall into a trap. Don't be so tense. I'm just checking on whether my dear soulmate needs a hand. I don't. Just leave. If you don't get out, I'm screaming for help. You backed away, trying to threaten her, but your voice was so weak, it lacked any real authority. Go ahead. Jiang Ru laughed, totally unbothered. Call Shu Li and Su Yue over. Let them see you exactly like this. Who do you think they'll believe? You? Or me? She backed you up until you fell onto the bed. You watched in despair as she leaned down, hands pinning you from both sides, trapping you in her shadow. Look at how much you're struggling. I know. Her voice suddenly turned soft, carrying a weirdly seductive vibe. That wild rave has a pretty kickin' effect, doesn't it? Trying to tank it is bad for your health. Her face was inches from yours. Your breaths were tangling together. That light scent on her was like a lethal poison to your hypersensitive senses. It was driving you insane. What do you want from me? Your logic was being swallowed by desire and the drug. Your voice was raspy, simple. Jiang Ru, finger lightly traced your cheek, sliding down past your throat, stopping at your collar. Be a good boy. From now on, you only see me. Understood? Her eyes were obsessive and wild, full of raw possessiveness. You belong to me, Shu Ning. From the second you moved in. From that little accident this afternoon. You were never getting away. She leaned in, her lips almost brushing your ear, whispering softly, Tonight, I'm just collecting some interest and making sure you never forget who actually owns you. Just as her lips were about to touch your skin. Knock, knock, knock. A sudden bang on the door. Jiang Ru, what are you guys doing in there? Why is the door locked? Get out here and help with the bags. It was Shu Li, accompanied by the sound of the doorknob rattling. The noise was like a lightning bolt to your brain, snapping you back to reality. You used all your strength to shove the caught-off-guard Jiang Ru away, gasping for air. Your heart was pounding out of your chest, partly from the drug, but mostly from the close call. Jiang Ru stumbled back, a flash of annoyance crossing her face. But hearing Shu Li's relentless knocking and Su Yue's muffled voice, she took a deep breath, quickly fixing her expression and hair. She whispered with a cold smirk, You got lucky, but we are definitely not done. She turned and unlocked the door. Shu Li almost fell into the room. She looked suspiciously at your flushed face and Yang Ru's perfect poker face. What were you two doing in here behind a locked door? Bro, your face is literally glowing. Jiang Ru, you too. Jiang Ru casually flipped her hair. Oh, nothing. Shu Ning just had a heat stroke. I happen to have some meds, so I just gave him some. Heat stroke? In an air-conditioned room. Shu Li looked skeptical, her gaze darting between the two of you. Su Yue was standing there too, her eyes full of worry and a tiny hint of sadness. Yeah, I'm fine now. Thanks, Jiang Ru. You quickly played along, struggling to stand up, trying to make your posture look natural. Let's go. Luggage time. You practically fled the room, sprinting downstairs, too scared to look back at Jiang Ru. After hauling all the bags up, you dived into the bathroom, deadbolted the door, and blasted the cold water, letting the ice-cold stream hit your burning body, trying to drown out that cursed drug and those raw impulses. It took forever, but the fire finally died down. You slumped against the cold tile wall, exhausted, mentally cursing that server and Jiang Ru 1,000,000 times over. Wild rave, more like deadly night. Jiang Ru was definitely in on it. What is her actual endgame? You finally came out. Only Su Yue was still in the living room, quietly reading a magazine on the couch. Xu Li and Jiang Ru seemed to have retired. Xu Ning, are you okay? Su Yue looked up, putting the magazine down, looking genuinely concerned. You still look a bit pale. I'm good. Just wiped from the trip. The shower helped a lot. You faked a smile, feeling like a total fraud. That's good. Su Yue nodded. She hesitated for a second. Hey, Su Ning. About you and Jiang Ru. Is she? She trailed off, looking unsure. Your heart skipped a beat. No, nothing. Absolutely not. She's just really helpful. Super helpful. Even you knew that explanation was capped. Su Yue just stared at you, silently. Those clear eyes seemed to see right through you. After a few seconds, she finally looked down. Okay, glad to hear it. I just think Yang Ru is unique. Just be careful. Even Su Yue noticed. Now you were officially on high alert. I will, thanks. You looked at her gratefully. Anytime. Su Yue looked up, flipping you a gentle smile. Get some rest. Big day tomorrow. Got it. Night, night. Su Ning went back to his room, locked the door, and even jammed a chair under the handle. Only then could you actually relax a bit, lying in bed, thinking back on tonight's chaotic energy, especially Jiang Ru's obsessive, crazy eyes and words. You felt a literal chill. This college life was definitely not going to be peaceful. Early next morning, you were woken up by Xu Li banging on your door. Bro, wake up. The sun is literally roasting you. Registration day. You struggled to get up. Luckily, the drug's effects had completely worn off. You were back to normal. Opened the door to see Xu Li ready to go. She looked hyped at the door. Beside her stood Su Yue, also ready. Hurry up, you're the last one. Jiang Ru already went to campus for paperwork. She said she'd meet us there. Xu Yue urged. Thinking of Jiang Ru, you felt sketched out all over again. But registration was a big deal. So you just had to bite the bullet. The three of you headed out to take the bus to Jiangchang University. The campus was packed on opening day, overflowing with energy and vibes. Seeing all the students walking around with youthful smiles, you briefly put yesterday's drama behind you and actually started to feel a bit hyped for college life. The enrollment process went smoothly. Getting your supplies was a total breeze until you reached the dorm assignment bulletin board. Squeezing through the crowd, you finally tracked down your name. Xu Ning, dorm building 7, room 404. Just as you were about to note it down, Xu Li's shocked voice rang out beside you. Oh, bro, Su Yue. Look, Jiang Ru is in your same major and the same class. Your heart sank instantly. You rushed to check the class list. Sure enough, not far below your name, Jiang Ru was written in plain sight. Same major, same class. You felt like your vision was going dark. This is no coincidence. No way, Jiang Ru. Thinking back to how she knew your major yesterday, this whole thing was clearly planned. Wow, this is so perfect, Jiang Ru. Now we can hang out all the time. Xu Li had zero clue how serious this was. She was actually celebrating this sign. Su Yue let out a soft gasp while looking at the list, a complex look flashing across her face. She looked at you, looking like she wanted to say something but stopped. You felt a literal chill run from your feet, straight to your brain. I'm cooked. There's really no escaping her. For the next 4 years, I'm stuck with that Yandere landlady 24/7. While you were screaming internally, a sweet voice, which now sounded like a devil's whisper, rang out from behind you. Su Ning, Xia Yi Zu Yue. What a coincidence. Are you guys checking your classes too? You turned around stiffly, seeing Jiang Ru standing there with a beaming smile, with the sun hitting her. She looked pure and angelic, but only you knew what kind of obsession and control was hidden beneath that smile. She strolled over, naturally, standing by your side. Glancing at the bulletin board, she acted totally surprised. We're actually in the same class. Xu Ning, hope you take good care of me. She said that last part, while looking dead at you. The meaning in her eyes gave you literal chills. Yeah, what a coincidence. You replied dryly, your throat feeling tight. By the way, have you guys been assigned dorms yet? Jiang Ru asked casually. Yep, my bro is in building 7, room 404. 404, huh? Jiang Ru nodded thoughtfully, a mysterious smirk curling her lips. Nice number. For some reason, that smile made your skin crawl. After finishing the paperwork, Xu Li and Su Yue decided to head to the girls' dorms first to unpack. You, on the other hand, with a heavy heart, lugged your bags toward building 7, room 404. Climbing to the 4th floor, you found the room. The door was ajar, so you pushed it open. The first thing you saw was a guy in a tank top, with ripped muscles, huffing and puffing through some push-ups. Yeah. Then there was a guy in gold-rimmed glasses, looking very refined, quietly reading a book at his desk. They both looked like normal roommates. You breathed a slight sigh of relief. The jacked roommate stopped when he saw you. He gave a broad grin, showing off his white teeth. Hey, I'm Zhao Gang. Sports major. He pointed at the bookworm. That's Li Siwen. Total scholar. Li Siwen adjusted his glasses and gave you a simple nod, acknowledging your presence. Hey, I'm Xu Ning. You introduced yourself and walked in. It was a 4-person room, with 2 bunks still open. You're finally here. Bro, Zhao Gang walked over, slapping you hard on the shoulder. We're brothers now. Holler, if you need anything. His energy was infectious, making you feel a bit better. Seems like the roommates aren't bad. Maybe college life won't be a total disaster. You picked the inner bunk and started unpacking. Zhao Gang went back to his workout, and Li Siwen went back to his book. The vibe in the dorm was chill. Right then, the door pushed open again. A somewhat soft voice spoke up. Is this room 404? You looked over and saw a tall guy with fair skin and features more delicate than most girls, standing in a doorway. He was lugging a small suitcase, looking a bit timid. Yep, this is 404. Who are you? Zhao Gang asked. Oh, sweet. I finally found it. The guy looked relieved, flashing a bashful smile. Hey guys, I'm Lin Feng. Guess I'm your roommate. What a unique aesthetic for a roommate. You were a bit surprised. Lin Feng walked in. He scanned the room, his gaze landing on you. When he saw your face, his eyes seemed to light up slightly. Then he dragged his suitcase straight over to the bunk opposite yours, the last empty spot. Hey, looks like we're bunkmates, bro. Lin Feng gave you a smile, a clean, handsome smile, though a bit timid. Hey, getting stared at made you feel awkward, so you quickly went back to unpacking. The squad was finally complete. Zhao Gang the muscle, Li Siwen the nerd, Lin Feng the pretty boy, and you, the average guy. Once you were done, Zhao Gang spoke up. Listen up, guys. We're gonna be living together for 4 years. Let's go grab a feast, my treat, to celebrate day 1. Li Siwen adjusted his glasses and turned him down. You guys go ahead. I've still got a few papers I need to read. He went right back to his book, like it was his entire world. Respect. Zhao Gang shrugged, then threw his arms around you and Lin Feng. Then, it's just us 3. I know a BBQ stand by the back gate. That's absolutely fire. He was so persistent. Plus, you wanted to get to know the guys and the area, so you said yes. Lin Feng seemed to hesitate for a second, but seeing you agree, he nodded too. Okay, he whispered. As you 3 walked out, your phone rang. It was Xu Li. Bro, are you done unpacking yet? Me and Yue are heading to the dining hall. Come with, we'll show you around campus. Xu Li's voice was as high energy as ever. You were about to answer, but another voice cut in from the side, sounding totally in charge. That's probably not gonna happen, Xu Li. You jumped in surprise and whipped your head around. Jiang Ru had appeared out of nowhere. She was standing right there with a perfect smile. She spoke directly into your phone. Xu Ning already has plans with his new roommates. Right, Xu Ning? As she said this, she looked dead at you, the friendly reminder in her eyes making your skin crawl. Xu Li was instantly triggered on the other end. Jiang Ru, why are you with my brother again? And since when do you decide for him? Not deciding, just stating facts. Jiang Ru smiled even wider. Right. Zhao Gang. She actually knew your roommate's name. Zhao Gang was staring at this gorgeous girl, with his jaw on the floor. He nodded like a dunderhead. Yeah. We're just heading out to eat. See? Jiang Ru giggled into the phone. You're in college now. Xu Ning needs his own social life. He can't spend his whole life around his sister, can he? We're off to eat now. Bye. Before Xu Li could even react, Jiang Ru reached over and naturally hung up your phone. Jiang Ru, you were so mad you couldn't speak. Me what? Jiang Ru looked at you innocently, then flashed that familiar, threatening smirk. Xu Ning, it's important to get along with your roommates. Besides, I'm just helping you avoid being labeled a cis-con. Isn't that nice? Or would you rather I tell Xu Li about what happened this afternoon? You were instantly silenced. That afternoon incident was like a curse keeping you in chains. Zhao Gang looked between you and Jiang Ru, then slapped his forehead like he just figured it out. Oh, I get it now. Xu Ning, is this your girl? He clearly misunderstood everything. He grinned at Jiang Ru. Should have said so. Come with us. Dinner is on me. Lin Feng stood to the side, quietly watching it all. His eyes darted back and forth between you and Jiang Ru. He furrowed his brows slightly, but he stayed silent. You tried to explain, but Jiang Ru cut you off. Sure. Thanks for the treat, Zhao Gang. Jiang Ru accepted with perfect grace. Then she naturally strolled over to your side. Her arm reached out, aiming to link with yours. You jumped back like you'd been electrocuted, and ducked to the other side of Zhao Gang. Jiang Ru's arm froze mid-air. The smile on her face iced over for a split second. A shadow of pure gloom flashed in her eyes. But she snapped back to normal instantly. She casually pulled her hand back and fixed her hair like nothing happened. The meal was literal torture for you. Zhao Gang was a total extrovert. He could talk to a brick wall and make it laugh. Jiang Ru played her part perfectly. She was smooth and charming, even getting Zhao Gang to wheeze with laughter. Only you and Lin Feng stayed quiet. Lin Feng barely spending most of the time just listening, occasionally glancing at you. But when you looked back, he'd quickly look away. You were on high alert for Jiang Ru the whole time, terrified she'd do something unhinged, or say something totally sus. Luckily, Zhao Gang's chaotic energy kept the vibes somewhat normal. Oh, Xu Ning. Zhao Gang chugged some beer, and suddenly asked, that twin sister of yours, does she have a boyfriend? Your heart skipped a beat. You warned him immediately. Listen to me. Stay away from her. She is way more than you can handle. You were literally trying to save his life. Hey, just asking. Zhao Gang chuckled. But Jiang Ru here, she's definitely your girl, right? My man is moving fast. The semester just started. No, you yelled so loud, you startled him. Jiang Ru hand froze on her chopstick. She slowly set them down and looked up at you. Her usual playful smile was gone, replaced by a cold, heart-stopping calmness. Oh, no, she spoke softly. Her voice was quiet, but it sent the table's mood straight to absolute zero. Xu Ning, yesterday, didn't we already get naked and honest with each other? Or are you trying to ghost me after getting what you wanted? Zhao Gang literally spat out his beer. He started coughing violently, staring at the two of you in shock, his face saying, what kind of tea am I sipping right now? Lin Feng's jaw dropped as he looked at you. You felt a massive rush of blood to your head, pure panic and shame. You were totally losing it. What are you saying? That was an accident. It's not what you think at all. I didn't do anything. Accident. Jiang Ru let out a cold laugh. She leaned forward. Her beautiful eyes looked like they were made of ice. Bumping was an accident. Squeezing was an accident. So the photo is an accident too. Xu Ning, do I need to pull it out right now? Maybe Zhao Gang would like to see it and judge for himself. You went pale instantly. Words failed you. That feeling of being caught by a lethal threat, it was paralyzing. Total helplessness. Zhao Gang looked at your defeated face. Then at the aggressive, dominant Jiang Ru, he seemed to put the pieces together. He awkwardly rubbed his nose, too scared to speak up. He might be a meathead, but he wasn't dumb. Lin Feng furrowed his brows. He looked at Jiang Ru with a hint of low-key disgust. The meal ended in total awkward silence. On the walk back, Zhao Gang wisely dragged Lin Feng ahead, leaving you behind with Jiang Ru. Xu Ning. Jiang Ru's voice was calm again, almost cheerful, but it sounded like a demonic melody. That was the first time, and it will be the last. I don't ever want to hear you deny our relationship again, or next time, it won't just be your roommate. Seeing that photo, you walked in silence, head down. Your fists were clenched so hard, your nails were digging into your palms. Rage, shame, and terror were all swirling inside you. Be a good boy, and you might actually enjoy college. She giggled. For example, tomorrow, I expect you to save me a seat in class. First row, dead center. Got it. With that, she sped up and passed you, catching up with Zhao Gang and Lin Feng, instantly switching back to the bubbly popular girl persona, laughing and chatting with them. You watched her back. For the first time ever, you had a desperate urge to escape. This can't continue. I have to deal with that photo. But as soon as the thought came, a wave of pure helplessness followed. What could you even do? Snatch her phone. She probably has backups. Tell her dad. Who would he believe? Call the cops. The photo is real. Even if it was a setup, you could never explain it away. You were trapped in a logic loop. The next day, you finally folded for the lecture. You got to class early, and in the first row, center seat, you set down your textbook, then placed another book for Jiang Ru. Students started filing in. Seeing someone save a front row seat earned you a lot of weird looks. It was super awkward. Jiang Ru walked in right as the bell rang. She was wearing a stunning dress today, looking absolutely glowing. She walked straight to the front and saw the seat you'd saved. A satisfied smile touched her lips. She sat down like it was the most natural thing ever. Morning, Xu Ning. She greeted you, clearly in a good mood, like last night's threat never even happened. You just nodded stiffly, silent. You were totally zoned out the whole time. Didn't hear a single word the professor said. All you could notice was the faint perfume coming from Jiang Ru, and the weight of her occasional, possessive, judging stares. Bell rang for the end of class. You felt a massive sense of relief. Grabbed your bag, ready to bolt. Hold up, Xu Ning. Jiang Ru called you back. Let me see your notes. I was a bit distracted earlier. She held her hand out like it was a given. Notes? What notes? You hadn't written a thing. You just stood there, awkwardly. Oh, empty page, huh? She raised an eyebrow. She didn't even look surprised. Fine, but you're coming with me to buy a notebook later. And we're walking the campus. Another order you couldn't refuse. This afternoon. You tried to find an excuse. Jiang Ru just made a soft sound, and the threat in her eyes was back. Okay, you hung your head. Good boy. She smiled and reached out to pet your head, but you instinctively dodged. Her hand froze. Her smile died instantly, and her gaze went cold again. Right then, a gentle voice broke the tension. Xu Ning, there you are. It was Su Yue. She walked over holding her book. Seeing you with Jiang Ru, she paused for a second, but then continued over, giving you a warm smile. How was the morning lecture? Xu Li and I were looking for you. Seeing Su Yue was like seeing a guardian angel. It was okay? You guys? Good? Xu Li is at a club interview. Student council stuff. She looked over at Jiang Ru and gave a polite nod. Jiang Ru. Hey there. Su Yue. Jiang Ru's expression flipped instantly, giving back a perfect social smile. But her eyes were totally flat. Xu Ning, want to grab lunch? Xu Li said she'd meet us after. Su Yue asked. Yes, absolutely. You agreed immediately. Anything to get away from Jiang Ru. Jiang Ru looked at you both and smiled. Perfect. I haven't eaten either. Mind if I join? Su Yue hesitated for a second, then nodded. Of course not. So, lunch turned into a group mission. You, Su Yue, the later arriving Xu Lil, and the shadow you couldn't shake, Jiang Ru. When Xu Li saw Jiang Ru, it was pure thunder and lightning again. The table was basically a war zone, but Jiang Ru was a pro, deflecting every attack with backhanded compliments, leaving Xu Li fuming but unable to clap back. It was all too smooth. You sat in the middle, tasting absolutely nothing. This went on for days. You felt like a puppet, with invisible strings pulled by Jiang Ru, living 24/7 under her thumb. She clearly enjoyed every second of the control, finding new ways to keep you obedient, popping up in every corner of your life. Even your roommates noticed the vibe. Zhao Gang stopped making jokes. Li Si stayed in his books, and Lin Feng just watched, with that unreadable look, giving you that complicated, I want to say something but can't look. You felt more and more suffocated. The anxiety was peaking. You even started having straight-up nightmares. The turning point happened a week later. That night, you were heading back a bit late because of some annoying club drama. As you got near the apartment building, you saw Jiang Ru under a streetlight on a phone call. She sounded pretty heated and didn't notice you at all. You instinctively tried to dodge her, but then you low-key heard your name. For some reason, you ducked behind a massive tree, holding your breath. I know, I don't need you to remind me, but he's being so defiant right now, always trying to ghost me. Jiang Ru's voice was frustrated with a hint of a pout. The photo? Of course I still have it. That's my literal trump card. Don't worry, Mom. I know what I'm doing. He's not escaping me. I just need to make him totally used to my presence. Hearing photo and trump card, your heart sank to your stomach. Rage surged again. So that was it. She literally saw that accident as nothing but a tool to blackmail and control you. Just then, Yang Ru seemed to hear a noise and whipped her head around. Who's there? You panicked. You ducked back immediately, heart pounding. What is it? The voice on the phone asked. Thought I heard something. Probably just tripping. Jiang Ru's voice went back to being calm. I gotta go. Almost home. Bye. Hearing her hang up and her footsteps fade, you finally dared to step out from behind the tree. Watching the apartment lights flick on, you felt ice cold inside. I can't keep taking this. I have to strike back, even if it blows up in my face. You suddenly remembered someone. Lin Feng, that quiet, pretty boy roommate, who seemed to be a literal god at computers. You once saw him effortlessly fix a system Zhao Gang totally knew. A risky plan started forming in your head. The next day you found a chance, when it was just you and Lin Feng in the dorm. You forced the words out. Lin Feng, can you do me a solid? It might be low-key illegal. Your voice was dry from nerves. Lin Feng looked at you in surprise. He was silent for a few seconds. Then he whispered, does this have to do with Jiang Ru? You nodded heavily, briefly explaining the blackmail and the phone call you overheard last night. I know it's a huge ask, and it's dangerous. If you want to say no, I totally get it. You looked down, unable to meet his eyes. To your shock, Lin Feng didn't shut you down immediately. He listened quietly, his frown deepening. She went way too far. After a long while, Lin Feng finally spoke, a rare edge of anger in his tone. Using someone's weakness to blackmail and control them is scummy. He looked up at you. I can try, but I can't guarantee anything, and I need the right timing. Her phone definitely has a passcode, maybe cloud backups too. You couldn't believe he was actually willing to help. You almost teared up from relief. Thank you, regardless of how it goes. Thank you. Every afternoon, she goes to the library, third floor by the window, to read. She usually just leaves her phone on the table. Once the plan was set, all that was left was the agonizing wait. A few afternoons later, you confirmed Jiang Ru was at the library, and instantly signaled Lin Feng. Lin Feng nodded, pulled out some professional-looking gear, and connected it to his laptop. His fingers were flying across the keyboard. You watched nervously, palms totally sweating. Time ticked by second. Every second felt like an eternity. Suddenly, Lin Feng stopped, his brow furrowed. No good. The security on her phone is top tier. Remote cracking will take too long. and might trigger an alert. I need physical access. Physical access. That meant getting your hands on her phone. That felt impossible. Right as you were about to give up, your phone rang. It was Jiangru. You jumped, signaling Lin Feng to be quiet, and answered with a shaky hello. Shu Ning, my phone is low, and I forgot my power bank. Bring the spare power bank from my drawer to the library for me. Jiangru sounded totally normal, with her usual bossy tone. You and Lin Feng locked eyes. You both saw the shock and a glimmer of hope in each other's eyes. Got it. On my way. You tried to sound totally normal. Hanging up. You immediately told Lin Feng, this is it. She wants the power bank. Her phone will be right there. This is our chance. Lin Feng quickly slammed his laptop shut. I'm coming with you. You need to create a short distraction. Get her attention away, even if it's just for 10 seconds. How? Anything. Drop something. Spill water. Or just start an argument with her. Bring up the photo. Get her worked up. Lin Feng analyzed it coldly. I'll play it by ear. You steeled yourself. Bet. Grabbing Jiangru's power bank, you and Lin Feng sprinted to the library's 3rd floor. Sure enough, Jiangru was in her usual window spot. Book open in front of her. And that cursed phone right next to it. She was looking out the window, looking a bit impatient. You took a deep breath and walked over. Lin Feng hung back, hiding behind a nearby bookshelf. Here's your power bank. You handed it to her. Heart pounding like a drum. Took you long enough. Jiangru took it, giving you an annoyed side-eye, and started plugging her phone in. Now or never. You took a sharp breath, like you were jumping off a cliff, your voice shaking with nerves and fake rage. You cranked up the volume. Jiangru, we need to talk about that photo. What is it going to take for you to delete it? Your shout echoed. In the dead silent library, the students, reading nearby, snapped their heads up to stare in shock. Jiangru was completely blindsided by you making a scene here. She froze for a second, looking stunned and panicky. Are you insane? What are you talking about? I'm not insane. You went all in, getting louder, using your body to block her view, creating the opening for Lin Feng. You're using it to threaten me, to control me. Do you think this is a game? That was an accident, and you know it. Shu Ning, shut the hell up. Jiangru stood up in a rage, completely focused on your outburst. She reached out to grab you or cover your mouth. Right then, you saw Lin Feng slip out from the shelves like a shadow, silent and lightning fast. Right as Jiangru's hand was about to touch you, you instinctively dodged back, pretending to trip over something, falling backward. Whoa! You yelled, hitting the floor, taking a chair down with you. Crash! The noise was deafening. Now, every single person on the 3rd floor was staring straight at you. Jiangru was paralyzed by the chaos, forgetting to even react, just standing there, speechless. And in that short, 10-second window of pure confusion, Lin Feng made his move. He swiped Jiangru's charging phone in a flash, plugged in a tiny device he had brought with him, worked his magic for a few seconds, then put the phone right back exactly how it was. Charging cable back in. It was like a ghost had done it, with everyone's attention glued to you on the floor. No one saw a thing. Lin Feng flashed you a quick OK sign and vanished back into the stacks. A librarian came stomping over, furious. What is going on? No shouting in the library. You scrambled up from the floor, apologizing non-stop. So sorry, my bad, I just tripped. Jiangru finally snapped out of it, her face a mess of emotions. She glared at you, then instinctively checked her phone. She seemed to sense something was off, but couldn't place it. She quickly picked it up to check. She unlocked it. Everything looked totally normal. If you two are gonna fight, do it outside. The librarian warned you strictly. You kept your head down, avoiding Jiangru's murderous stare. You apologized again, and basically bolted for the exit. You didn't stop until you hit the grass outside. That's when you finally stopped, doubled over, gasping for air. My heart was literally about to jump out of my throat. Not long after, Lin Feng walked out too. He gave you a nod and whispered, "It's done." I planted a mini program in her phone. It'll auto-search and permanently wipe all cloud and local storage of any SUS photos or videos featuring your face. It also wiped all recent activity logs related to them. Theoretically, it's foolproof. You couldn't believe your ears. It actually worked. That sword of Damocles hanging over your head was just gone. A massive wave of euphoria and relief completely washed over you. You hugged Lin Feng in pure hype. Let's go, Lin Feng. Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. Lin Feng stiffened up at your hug. His pale face instantly turned bright red. He awkwardly and gently pushed you away. It's nothing. Just helping out. You let go of him, still buzzing with adrenaline. Let's see what she tries to blackmail me with now. But your happiness was definitely short-lived. That night, the second you got back to your apartment room, the door was violently shoved open. Jiang Ru stood in the doorway, looking absolutely terrified, gripping her phone tight. Shu Ning. Her voice was ice-cold. With the dead calm before a storm, my phone started acting weird after the library today. You, or should I say that Lin Feng guy you were with it. What exactly did you do to my phone? Your heart dropped. But knowing the photos were likely gone gave you a boost of confidence. You faked a chill vibe. I have zero clue what you're talking about. Your phone being busted sounds like a you problem. Zero clue? Jiang Ru stepped inside slowly and closed the door, locking it. My photos backed up on my encrypted cloud, all vanished. Every single trace wiped completely clean. Who else but you would pull something like this? And who else could even pull it off? She found out, and way too fast. But you fully committed to capping. Why are you looking for me if your photos are gone? Maybe you just accidentally deleted them yourself, or your cloud got hacked. Jiang Ru let out a cold laugh, a laugh filled with pure danger. Shu Ning, did you actually think deleting the photos makes you free? That you could just ghost me? She walked right up to you, looking up at you. Those eyes you used to think were pretty were now swirling with obsession, anger, and a completely unhinged possessiveness. You're dead wrong. She emphasized every word from the very beginning. The photos were just a side quest. What I actually wanted has always just been you. She reached out and gently stroked your cheek. Her fingertips were freezing, making you shiver uncontrollably. Since you decided to rebel like this, her voice suddenly went soft, which somehow made it even creepier. Don't blame me for taking a more direct approach. She lunged close to you, whispering right into your ear, her tone full of a fanatic resolve. Shu Ning, listen to me. From this day on, I am literally going to stick to you 24/7. When you have class, I'll be sitting right next to you. When you eat, I'll be sitting right across from you. When you go back to your dorm, I'll be waiting for you downstairs. Whatever event you join, I will be there. I will make sure the entire campus knows that Shu Ning belongs to Jiang Ru. Any girl who even tries to get close to you is going to pay for it. Didn't you want to get rid of me? Well, now I'm gonna make you live in my world every single second until you get used to it, until you submit, until you literally cannot live without me. This game is just getting started. And like I told you, I absolutely hate betrayal. Anyone who betrays me should just... Her voice was like the coldest, venomous snake, wrapping tightly around your neck, giving you a suffocating sense of terror. Looking into her eyes and seeing that unfiltered, completely unhinged, yandere obsession, you finally realized deleting those photos didn't solve a single thing. It just completely ripped away her last shred of a mask, unleashing a far more terrifying, far more obsessive, and completely reckless Jiang Ru. Your college life, your entire future, felt like it was already caught in a massive spider web named Jiang Ru. Despair washed over you like a tidal wave. You knew this situation with Jiang Ru was far from over, and that knife, hanging over your head, had just dropped back down. In an even more suffocating way, the sun was still shining outside. The campus was still full of life and energy, but you felt absolutely ice cold. Watching her back as she turned and left the room, you knew that from this moment on, your world would never see a peaceful tomorrow. The yandere's true unhinged nature had just bared its fangs, and your story was destined to be anything but normal.